to the live stream. The Real Rant Reviewer back with you here. Yes, for another stream live. We're gonna go ahead and rant review an awesome movie, Predator. Predator, the original Predator from 1987. Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. Predator, 1987. One of the best sci-fi horror, whatever you want to call it, thriller movies ever made, action movies ever made. Oh boy, do we have. I had to go live for the stream, no doubt about it. So, I just see the chat is open. You know what I'm saying? Join me in this fucking stream. It's the Real Rant Reviewer. We're gonna fucking, you know what I do. I spoilers ahead, guys. If you haven't seen this movie, go see it. Trust me, you should have seen it already. It's fucking one of Arnold's best. That's for sure. Joe McTiernan directed. Um, a lot of Jesse Ventura's in there, of course, and a couple other little names, but really it's just about Arnold and this Predator that we're gonna discuss. And I'm not gonna go into history of the Predator guys and who played it, Jean-Claude Van Damme. But we're gonna discuss who played it because I think he did a marvelous job. Rip to the man that played him. But fucking Predator, man. When I saw this, I think I saw it on I want to say Laserdisc, man, in the early '90s, and what have you, but definitely on VHS multiple times, and then who hasn't seen it throughout the history, right? But boy, oh boy, it's the original. It's the 1987 one. It's with Schwarzenegger, as you can see here, meeting face to face with Mr. Predator. Let's see if I can scrim this a little bit here, because I can see it a little better. Might put a poll up for my 5 million viewers. But anyways, check it out. So let's talk about it. Like I said, I suppose ahead I give my thoughts on the movie. I freestyle, then we'll go through the plot of this awesome fucking movie. Try to do my best on it. Let's check it out. So as you look at this, the Predator is amazing. Stan Winston, I believe, was on this, right? And boy, oh boy, did he do some. He helped on the effects or what have you. It came out great. Look at it. That thing is fucking scary, vicious, ugly, just as Arnold Schwarzenegger says. There's one ugly motherfucker, that's for sure. So, the Predator there, very, very good, very scary. You don't see him really until the end there, which is awesome. They hold him off until he fights Schwarzenegger one-on-one, which is what you're anticipating the whole movie to see, and you get to see it. You get to see Arnold kick some fucking Predator ass. So it's so sweet, and good Carl Weathers. I'm not gonna forget Apollo Creed there, Mr. Carl Weathers. He's a good backup, man. He's a good side story, and you know. It's just the atmosphere is great in the jungle. You feel the heat, you feel the hotness, you feel the Predator around. Predator could be anywhere at any time. You feel the cloaking device. You know it has. You don't even know what it has, guys. You just know it's somewhere at some point in this movie. And the first kill, it's dangerous. It's super dangerous, and they're fucking shitless, scared shitless, just like you are. So yeah, man, Predator, 1987. Watched it, and as a kid, and was I scared, guys? I would say I was scared at this part with this guy right here. I know his real name. I think Sonny or something, but whatever his name. This guy that cuts himself, that senses something and screams. That one part where he screams, and they hear the scream, Arnold, and he turns around, Arnold's shaking. He's holding the M16. It's an amazing scene. And that gets me, because I don't know what happens to that guy, man. But whatever it was fucking bad. The way he screamed, a grown man like that. A man that's seen it all, been through it all. So, and Arnold himself, look at him, just looking buff and tough, and just fucking, man, just in shape for this movie. You want to see the background documentaries on this movie, guys, and them working out every day, and the camaraderie it just works so good. It's so good. You really believe that these guys are soldiers and they're friends and they're ready there to protect each other, from anything, even aliens. And it is an alien. hmm So yeah, so the 5 million people that are watching, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, anytime. But yeah, as you see here, he's setting up his booby traps and shit. He's outsmarting the Predator, which is your basic human tactics. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool like that. So I guess I should just, like I said, it's an awesome movie, guys. You should definitely see it a million times over. It's one of the best Predator. It's the best Predator, hands down. There'll never be a better Predator. That's of course, and not to say that Predator sequels can't be better than their originals. Some of them are. We can name a lot of them, a handful. That's for another video though. But this movie on its own really holds. It holds today, and the way they use it, the way John McTiernan, the director, does it, it's just phenomenal, man. Just nothing like you're gonna see. hmm Excuse me while I breathe. Or relax on this live stream, because I know it's so busy. So, anyways, it's all good with me. Uh, you look at this Predator, man. Damn. And then the part where he goes into the water and stuff, really cool, man. How they develop a weakness, like that. Everything has a weakness. Man has a weakness. Even the alien has a weakness, and we get to discover what his weakness is. Mr. Dutch, yes, Schwarzenegger's name is Dutch, gets to discover what his weakness is to finally kill the Predator, so to speak. Technically, the Predator kills himself, but look at this fucking thing, just looking for you at night. hmm Imagine him peeping in your window through the bushes. Like, oh, hello, I was just looking for Arnold. Shit me. Shit my motherfucking pants. Damn sure. Well, anyways, let's get to it. The plot. So, what you meet Dutch, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Carl Weathers, Mr. Apollo Creed. You meet him, right? Mr. Weathers and Schwarzenegger, and they're old teammates. And Mr. Weathers tells Schwarzenegger that he has a job for him, a special mission, that a group of soldiers have gone missing. That they were sent in the jungle on a special mission, and they have not returned or been heard of for months. So it's their mission, the rescue mission, to go in. They think they're POWs now, captured by the enemy out there in Cambodia, wherever the fuck they're going in the jungle. So anyways, to get the crew together and get to meet the crew in the helicopter, Schwarzenegger agrees. He's a good guy. Let's just rescue some POWs. Why not? So he gets his crew together, assembled. You get to meet him, and there's some, Jesse Ventura guys in this movie. I could do without him. I don't buy him as a tough guy. I don't. Like, yeah, back in the 80s, was he a tough guy with muscles and shit? Sure, man. It'd be hard to beat his ass. Probably hard to beat his ass now, but like, he just doesn't play the part like the other guys do. His lines are delivered shittily, half-assedly, just cornily. You could tell every line he says is newbie. He's a newbie, and it shows. So, if you don't agree, then you don't agree. But I think he could have been casted way better. Fuck him. Anyways, you meet everybody which you like besides Ventura that you believe are soldiers. Anyways, so you head down. They drop them down, right, guys, into the jungle, and they end up finding the crew, the lost crew. But what it is, though, is that this fucking crew, man, is strung up and skinned alive. Basically skinned alive. Their heads missing, their spines missing, and they're hung up on trees. And they find the helicopter crash. I think they find one body hung up or whatever. And, it's just a terrible scene. So they're like, who the fuck did this? Like, who the fuck would do this? Anyways, they move on and they track to the base. And they see a POW, a guy, and they see him shot and killed. So they're like, oh, fuck. What are you going to do now? They're like, well, we're going to take the base out. Fuck it, right? So they're like, all right. So they team up to take this base out, this enemy base out that they come upon, where there might be some POWs or information. Because really, Mr. Carl Weathers is looking for secret information, guys. You'll see here. So anyways, they take out the base. Really cool action scene. I mean, for the 80s, it's well done, guys. It's not bad quality at all. Schwarzenegger delivers on some really cool scenes. Some muscular fucking smart shit. And yeah, so they wipe out the whole fucking area, the whole base camp, and they need to get out of there. But Mr. Weathers is looking for his information, his intel. That's the real reason he sent his team, and not to rescue the POWs, but to get information. So in that case, Schwarzenegger finds out. He's angry. Dutch is angry, and that's they want to get out. You don't give a fuck no more. But anyways, they take a hostage, which is this chick, and they roll out, guys. This whole time though, the Predator is watching them, and we know this because there's an interaction here between Mr. Weathers and another guy, and it's just an awesome scene how he picks up on human interactions. The Predator repeats what Scorpion has taken off Mr. Weathers by the other man, and the Predator examines it. He repeats what the man said behind you, or watch out, or whatever. It's really cool. it shows the it just adds something extra to the movie with in that time of 80s that really carries over now. You know, something different. So, anyways, can't explain it in words. So he fucking we move on from that scene, guys, and as you see here, we move to this scene where they start to suspect that there's something more out there. But what happens is the girl gets loose, guys. When she gets loose, this is where the predator kills a soldier, Shane Black, who I don't like, of course. Fuck him. And yeah, he gets fucking wiped and murdered. He gets swiped, like swiped with claws or something really quick, like camouflage predator. And he's dead. And the blood spurts on the woman. And they come and question the woman, but she's in shock, so she can't speak at the moment. So, but what they find is guts and shit, little body parts, guts and shit. So they know he's fucking dead. But they want to know where he is, what happened. She finally is able to tell him that, it was a fucking, the jungle came out. The jungle came out and got him. And they just keep saying she's saying the same thing over and over. And she's like, no, she's not. No, she's not. They're arguing. They're like, what the fuck? It's just people. It's just people. Anyways, they're asking the one voodoo dude. And he's like, nah, there's something more out there, boss. And they're just like, oh, fuck. Anyways, they break up and switch out. And when they do break up and switch out, guys, I might be breaking this up in order. I don't really give a fuck. Mr. Ventura is killed by the predator this time. He is shot and killed, which is cool. There's a big hole in his chest. And this man here, as you see on the right, is really upset. Bernie Mac lookalike is very upset that his friend was killed. And, he's fucking moaning and moaning and crying and crying. I'm going to kill the predator and all this shit. He ends up killing a boar that same night. But the predator ended up taking the body under their nose because predator takes trophy, guys. He takes his kills, his trophy. He's a hunter. So, and these guys are his ultimate prey. So, there's a lot of that shit going on. A lot of the predator fucking with him, juking with him, killing them one by one. But basically, guys, when this movie ramps up, is they set a trap for the predator, okay? Because they know they got to fight. So Schwarzenegger tells him, "You got to fight." So they set up a trap. And it's a very good scene, very tense scene. The trap doesn't work though. Predator gets loose. All hell breaks loose. People start breaking apart. Now this is where Mr. Weathers wants to redeem himself, so he tells Dutch, hand me the gun, I'm gonna go after the predator. And Dutch is like, man, you're fucked, dude. Like, why are you doing this? Just come with us to the chopper. And he's just like, nah, I gotta do this. I fucked up. Let me do this. Because he's got to follow the other soldier guy, Ventura's friend. He went after the predator on this psycho. But I didn't mention, guys, let me pause for a second. There is an awesome one of the awesomest scenes you're ever going to see is a firefight scene in this movie. Please, I skipped over it. It's a crazy fucking firefight scene where there's just amazing. Never seen anything like it. So awesome to see this beefy dude. It's one of the best. Just do it. But let's go forward ahead. So Mr. Weathers goes after the other guy, and Schwarzenegger leaves with another man and the woman. And as now you see Mr. Weathers and the other guy try to take down the predator. The other guy is killed outsmarted by the predator, of course, killed viciously, blood everywhere. And then Mr. Weathers is taken out hand to hand. All right. He screams a vicious scream that this is a great scene, guys. I want to discuss this scene. His scream heard. His scream, Mr. Weathers' scream, is heard all the way down the jungle to where Mr. Schwarzenegger is. And Mr. Schwarzenegger, see this gun he's holding. It's very heavy. He's holding it with one hand, and he's shaking as he's holding it because he's so. That's the scene I was telling you guys about, that firefight scene. But Mr. Schwarzenegger is looking down the jungle at the scream that he heard. He's shaking in fear. Real well played by Schwarzenegger, and I was in fear. And all of a sudden, boom, a fire shot comes from the predator that kills the man Schwarzenegger was next to. Schwarzenegger is wounded by the shrapnel, and he tells the chick to get to the chopper. Of course, the great scene, get to the chopper. She takes off, and he takes off. He goes down a hill at a very fast pace, and he lands in a waterfall. But guess what was right behind him? The fucking predator, man. This motherfucker's a hunter, dude. He's right behind Schwarzenegger, man, in the water. So the water activates his cloak device, deactivates it, fucks it up. So he can be seen now, and you see the predator here the first time in full. And so does Schwarzenegger. But Schwarzenegger is in the bank side, all muddy. So as you see this whole movie, the predator can only see by infrared. So he can't see Schwarzenegger's body heat. It's from the mud. It's cold. Anything cold, you can't see. Dead, you can't see. So Schwarzenegger is able to camouflage himself with the mud and figured out that that's how the predator couldn't see him, even though he's right on top of him. Very good scene. Very fucking intense. Fucking had me shit in my pants. That Predator, the guy, I want to mention the guy that played the Predator, just amazing. Just amazing movement. They should do that in real movies now with the Predators. Just make it practical like they did in the old, and that's it. And it would work. That's it. It would work. It would still fucking work. And there's other ways you can make it work. Darker, this not darker, whatever. There's ways. There's directions. There's trickery, without all that CGI dumb shit to make something scary, like they did in '80. You know. Anyways, let's move on from that subject. But the guy that did Predator, amazing. Rip to him. God rest his soul. And he was amazing. He was a ballet dancer, guys. 7 foot guy. You know, just fucking incredible at the end when he fights Schwarzenegger, which we're gonna get to on this live stream. Thanks for joining me. Love all of you. Love all my subscribers. Thank you guys. It's for you. So like I said, he is realizes that the predator goes away. So now what he's gonna do is he's gonna set up traps. He's gonna lure the predator to him. He's gonna set up traps and kill the predator. It's the only way out. He's not getting out of here alive unless he kills the predator. He knows that. So he sets up the traps. He lures the predator to him very awesomely. And he's able to outsmart the predator, guys. And he kills the predator. But listen, he doesn't kill it, because what it does is it activates a self-detonation device to self-detonate, self-kill itself. It's a nuclear bomb. It detonates. Arnold Schwarzenegger realizes this. He runs, and he's able to survive the huge explosion. So really, the predator was defeated in battle. He ended up offing himself. And that was that. Dutch Schwarzenegger walks out of the fire, of the fog, of the sulfur, of the ash, the dust, to the woman in the helicopter. She brought the helicopter back to save Mr. Schwarzenegger, and he's rescued. And that's the end of the movie, guys, of Predator, 1987. And like I said, I just wanted to point out those great points. I mean, great scenes and just believable scenes. And if you were in that situation, you'd be shitting your pants like everyone else. I don't know how Schwarzenegger does it, man. And the Predator, man, you got to give props to practical effects and to the man that was behind the suit. Just doing it, making us believe it. His movements at the end with the Schwarzenegger fight was great. I mean, yeah, with some of the hits corny, sure, because he's in a bodysuit, guys, and it's practical, so it's heavy, but he's still a 7 foot beast, and it was still believable. The movements were, the yells were, the sounds were, the Predator, and the music is creepy, guys. I didn't even mention the music, the soundtrack. This creepy fucking, you don't know where the Predator is. It adds to the Predator's mystique and to the quality of where he is, if he's camouflaged or not, which you know he is, but then again, you may not because of the music. So what great music, what composing that adds to the movie and makes the movie. And also, of course, a great cast of actors. You do want to have well-known names in a movie like this. You know what I'm saying? So you do. And like I said, there's a lot of history that goes behind this making of this movie with Van Damme and all that bullshit. But this guy, it's the Predator. They chose the right man for the job. And, for the effects, not bad effects for back in the day of the 80s as well, the 87s, where they used him. But, in Schwarzenegger, great performance by him. I believed him as a big-time leader. So, all right, guys, I want to go ahead and wrap this rant up. I want to thank you for joining me for this live stream. Anytime you guys want to just, anything, you want to join in with any comment, I will love it. I will always love it. Thank you guys for joining me for this live